problem of the IFB,
Mhm.
and I start to see this problem in the SBC. I start to see this problem in the PCA and in the EPC and in conservative denominations. We're not immune to this.
Yeah.
I think this is where we have to be cautious. We've mentioned homeschooling. We've mentioned things like that. I think politics can start to become that. I think you can start to see how even down to ridiculous things. I think we've seen that right now with women's ordination and that understanding of complementarian versus egalitarian. You
Mhm.
would think it was like the worst thing in the church based on
Right.
the way things are happening. And whether you agree or disagree, and you have very solid biblical reasons for that,
Mhm.
it's not an essential,
Right. Yeah.
but it's being
And
made to be an essential.
when I became complementarian, I didn't become reform yet, and I was already complementarian, and I even understood at that point this is not an essential. It's important. And again, talk about layers. I felt it was to the point where it was I felt it was spiritual and healthy for me to stay at a church that had a woman pastor and stay under her authority, where I would say this is unbiblical. I would have to respectfully leave,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
I still consider you guys brothers and sisters in Christ.
Sure.
We will meet each other in heaven. We have the same
Yep.
gospel. We can preach the gospel. But to be a local member at this church, I think I would have to respectfully decline.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah.
And that's okay. Well, and that's the thing. I think the thing that's fair in the SBC is to say is that their documents are clear
Yeah.
based on what they read, and people are reading around it. So
Yeah.
it's again,
Mhm.
yeah. When we start making secondary things primary, and this is where I think westernized church, the problem has been, if you've not watched American Gospel, go watch American Gospel 1 and 2. Those
Mhm.
films are fantastic. I think it does a very good job of painting the picture of where American Christianity has failed. And that's not just Pentecostalism or
Mhm.
charismatics or Baptists or Presbyterian. It's everyone. We've all failed.
Yeah.
American Christianity has failed in many ways. And I think the most of it is consumerism and just this preference based everything
Yeah.
has driven the church for decades. We shouldn't be surprised when people start making their preferences the essential. We've been telling them that for years. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think actually too,